gold. Real assets, real value.
Good morning. It's the 26th of January 2026. And I've been warning you for a long time now about the collapse of the old banking system. And I've been very clear. I'd rather be 4 or 5 years early than one day late. This week is going to be a huge week in the world of banking, if you're in America, Europe, or the UK, because the banks are now beyond recovery. Silver has gone up by 45% in value in 1 week. And the banks were all shorting silver in the hopes that they could survive. But this morning, it's gone up again. The banks are now 4.5 billion ounces of silver short. That means they've got 4.5 billion ounces of paper silver worth nothing, and they don't have any real silver. This is a major problem for New York, for London, and for Europe, because they have everything on paper, but now people want real silver, and none more so than Canada. They want real silver too. And of course, America hasn't got any. So they're buying it from China. That's really upsetting America, because America still has the delusions of grandeur, where they still think they're the superpower. It's a bit like a mafia boss in their 90s in the wheelchair saying, "I'm still the boss." Those days are over. That ship has sailed. You're going to have to learn that there's now a level playing field. Don't sit there and cry that, oh, China's taking control, Russia's taking control. China and Russia are so far ahead of the US in every aspect of life right now. But you're still going, we're the greatest. You are. It's very easy to tell a country you're the greatest. 80% of you don't have passports. So you've never been anywhere else to see. Those who travel can tell you very, very differently. This is going to be a fascinating week for the banking world. And I would highly recommend that if you've got any money in the bank, you take it out. And if you can buy silver or gold. But look after yourself, because your banks and your government will not. Morning, Drew.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everyone. First up, the pressure is building. Tractors in the streets, supply chains are stretched, patience is wearing out. Supermarkets are stocked for now, but growers say they're at a breaking point and the warning signs are flashing. This isn't about farmers anymore. It's about prices, availability, and what happens if the standoff drags on.
I'm very, very proud. I grew up in a farming part of the world, in the UK, in Suffolk. Very, very good, fertile land in Suffolk for farming. These farmers have had enough. 13 weeks. They've stood up and they'll continue to stand up. I tell you what, these farmers, mentally, physically, stronger than all the politicians in London put together. You're dealing with wimps in London who are very happy talking to you from behind glass and behind walls. But farmers will talk to you straight face to face. I'll tell you the facts. The facts are the supermarkets are running out of food. The facts are without food you don't survive. The facts are that the global elite don't want you to have food. They want you to have bugs.
Allegedly.
They want you to own nothing and be happy. It's time to wake up. And my support is 100% behind the farmers. I come from that background. And well done. Well done. All of these things are all part of the pantomime that we're living through right now. You don't want to live in fear, because we're providing you the information you need not to live in fear. It's time to take your money away from the banking system. It's time to look after your own food supply. My wife and my son at the weekend went out horse riding in the Campo in Spain, where the people who lived in the Campo create all of their own food. They're self-sufficient. They're healthy. Their diet is healthy. Rather than the stuff that I've seen it in the US supermarkets and the UK supermarkets, even the fruits and the vegetables are sprayed with pesticides to stop the animals eating it. And then you go and eat it. Time to wake up. There's a lot going on in the world right now. My next story is exposing the corruption within the police forces in the UK and the US. And it's all being exposed. They were supposed to be public services to protect the public. They're supposed to be there to serve and protect. That's their oath of office. The problem is they've changed from being constables to being officers, because the police forces are not public services at all. They're privately owned companies for profit.
Allegedly.
When you see through that, this is why they're so clever with wording. They use words to lock you into a contract with them. The most powerful of those is, do you understand? Do you stand under me? Because without your authority, they have no power, because they're not a public service. They're a private, limited company, registered in Companies House. And they will be exposed, because the light is exposing the darkness. Are you ready for it? Drew?
Next up, tensions between Iran and the US are sharply escalating. Washington has sent a major naval force towards the Middle East, and Tehran has warned any attack would trigger an all-out war. However, China isn't rushing to join a fight. Beijing is publicly calling for dialogue and restraint, opposing foreign interference and saying force should be avoided, while signalling support for Iran's stability and sovereignty.
Well, if you look at what's happening in Iran, it's all provoked by Israel.
Allegedly.
Israel is the little bitch that's poking the US and saying attack Iran, because they want control of the Middle East.
Allegedly.
This is the old Zionist movement. They want total control. Iran has problems within it. We know that. The problems within Iran were created by Israel, by Mossad,
Allegedly.
by the CIA. The terrorists in Iran were made by Israel and the US.
Allegedly.
Most of the Iranian people are good people. The bad ones were planted in there by Israel. And they need to be got out. The people of Iran deserve better. The one thing that Iran has is China have their back. Now, China don't get into the kind of war that America likes, which is big mouth war. China is very quiet. They want to talk. They want to find a solution. But I tell you what, you provoke China long enough, they'll bite your head off. I've known the Triads and the Dragon family for over 25 years. They're the nicest people you'll ever meet, till you stand on their toes. America, Europe, the UK, be warned. So be warned about Iran. The troublemakers in Iran were created by America and Israel.
Allegedly.
You might not like to hear that. That's a statement of fact. All of these terrorist cells were created by Israel.
Allegedly.
Because they want control of Iran. But stay focused on the truth, rather than the lies and the bullshit the mainstream media and the government will tell you.
Allegedly.
That's why we're here. We're here to bring you the truth every single day. That was the news on the 26th of January 2026. This week's going to be fun for the banking world. Keep your eyes open. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I'm definitely going to have to add allegedly in it.
These are the facts, not put out by mainstream media. If you want to know the truth, we put out the truth every single day, Monday to Friday. Saturdays and Sundays, we spend with our families, as we should do. So if you want to know the truth, come to charlieward.com and see real news daily. And join the Insiders Club, which is live on Wednesdays and Saturdays. Noble Gold for those that are based in America and Canada. And for those in the UK and Europe, we have Orvesta. Get yours now. charlies.gold.